It's Sunday for me, so technically I still have today, Monday, and Tuesday to do this challenge, so I don't want you to think that I'm done with doing it. This was not like my overall definitive feelings on it. I'm still right in the middle of it, but just kind of my progress so far. Hey everyone, welcome back to You Seem Normal. Today I wanted to talk about my reading deprivation / dopamine detox thing that I did in relation or because of this book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. So a lot of you have probably heard of this book, if not explicitly, maybe in passing without your knowing, because it's very, very popular. A lot of people do this, especially people who are creative, things like that. It says it's a course in discovering and recovering your creative self. So I am taking this course kind of online, not with Julia Cameron herself, but with someone else. If you are interested in that, they are going to be doing another cohort. Her name is Meredith, and I will put the information below, or I could give it to you right here like a normal person. It's at Artists for Joy. So there's that if you're interested in doing a creative course like that. So basically it's healing your inner child, making time, and drowning the censor that happens with your inner artist. Things like that are talked about in The Artist's Way. So one of the things that happens in The Artist's Way that is recommended for 1 week is to do what's called reading deprivation. And the idea here is that words affect us and they affect artists. And if we sit around consuming things at all times, especially writers who are dealing with words in their work, it will like cloud our heads and keep us blocked. Yeah, kind of drain some of our energy because we can only consume so much media. This is to give yourself a break from consuming all of the media that you're consuming. And so because she doesn't talk about social media or anything like that in there, I made my own challenge and made my own like adjustments and things. So this is my challenge, but I guess I should first say, when I first heard that this was going to be a thing, I kind of was very scared. And like, I was not cool with it because I read a lot. I read every single day. I can't imagine taking a week not being able to read. You're also not really supposed to read emails or really anything at all if you can help it. So that was my first reaction. And I think she even addresses that in the book, like that might be your reaction too, because we like art and reading and media and stuff like that. My challenge is no reading books, can watch 1 to 2 movies on the weekend. So like 1 Friday, 1 Saturday. Do things on the list. So I made this list of things that I could do, or that I wanted to do for the sake of doing them. Reading email at work is okay, but like, I still have to be able to do my job, but I didn't go out of my way to read articles like professional development things or like scroll on my LinkedIn or consume things where it wasn't necessary for my actual job for that week. No Instagram, no LinkedIn, no Facebook, no YouTube unless I'm uploading a YouTube video. And I said Pinterest is okay. And I said no TV, movies, or podcasts besides the one on Friday, one on Saturday. And then to limit music. So one of the things on here was to listen to this band that we're going to see soon. But if I'm not intentionally listening to music and I'm just putting it on while I'm doing something else and not like intentionally listening and paying attention, then I should not be doing that music. So for example, I do not need music while I'm working and I don't need music while I'm driving to work. So now I'll tell you a little bit. So this started on Tuesday and today it's Sunday. It started on Tuesday night and today it's Sunday. And so Wednesday, I did pretty well. Wednesday, I didn't have music going to work or getting ready or anything. And at night, I went home and I colored. I found that when I was coloring, I really wanted to turn on the TV and watch Lost. I like several times throughout it, I felt like this isn't enough for me and I want to turn something on so I can also like focus on that. So I did experience that. At night when I wash my face and get ready for bed, I always put on a YouTube video. So like just to have on in the background, not to necessarily watch it, but listen to it. And I really wanted to do that. And then I'll usually like finish it in bed and then start reading or something like that. But so yeah, so it was a quiet face wash. It was actually kind of nice. And then I went into bed and I did some like free writing on these tasks that were in the book. So maybe it's not free writing, but just like, it wasn't in my journal. It wasn't like I had to do it. I just like chose to do some. And I wrote by hand before bed, and then I went to bed. So Wednesday was probably like my best day, which is funny because it was like basically the first whole day. Thursday, I went home with a migraine, and which doesn't really matter, but I was at home for the afternoon working. I was on TikTok, you know, for work. So I was listening to sounds and I was like coming up with ideas, and I did like 4 posts. And that made me really want to just like stay on, like grip into that like consumptive, if that's a word, feeling for the night. And so I went on every single social that night, and it had only been 2 days. So that wasn't great, but I'm not gonna be like super, super hard on myself with this, because I think the saying is like anything worth doing is worth doing imperfectly. So that's kind of what I was going into this with, because I am a perfectionist and will be really hard on myself if I try to do this challenge. It's really a challenge, so it does show that it's a challenge, because if I could do it all perfectly, it wouldn't really be a challenge, and I wouldn't really learn anything either. And then Friday, I really went to my boyfriend's house, and I really wanted to listen to music in the car because it's like 20 minutes. So I did that, and that was like the first time I had listened to music in like 3 days or something. And it was so, the best word I have to describe it is vibrant. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, listen to this. Look at these sounds, like these vocals, this instrumentation. Like, it's totally like, and also knows that it totally was affecting my mood, like in a positive way. So that was interesting. That is something I realized, like after having not listened to music, putting music on, it kind of sounds totally different. And like you way more appreciate it. So that's what I found with that. And then I did end up watching 2 movies over the weekend, and also a little bit of TV, but largely when I was doing other things, like I was doing a puzzle, I was doing some other stuff, I did not have anything when I usually would have. I will show you my list because I was so nervous that I wasn't gonna get to read or watch TV or listen to music or listen to a podcast or watch YouTube. I came up with this super duper long list of things that I thought I might want to do and could do instead. So I'll read this to you in case it gives you any ideas. So the first one is reading the chapter that this was in, and so that's allowed. You're allowed to read that, but then that's it. So yeah, I read that. I did not listen to this band that we're going to see. I called my friend because it was her birthday. Creative write, I did not creative write. I did work on my book. I did puzzle. I technically am vlogging right now. I was gonna try to like vlog each day for the reading deprivation, be like, oh, it's day 1, like this is how I'm feeling, but I didn't do that. Make a candle, I did not do that. Taxes, did not do that. Clean out clothes, like from my closet, I did do that. Redecorate my tree. It's currently Valentine's Day. I need to switch it over to St. Patrick's Day. I did not do that yet, but I think I'm gonna do it today. Have a photo shoot, did not do that. Paint my nails, did do that. Scrapbook, did not yet do that, but I did get the scrapbook. This one's make a wish list, no internet, I did not do that. Go for a walk, I did that. I did not paint by number, I did not cross stitch. I did color. I did not send a card. I did not create a hobby box / supplies area / place to display. I did not cook or bake something. I mean, maybe technically I did, but not like intentionally for this experiment, like to replace something else. Call or FaceTime a friend. Yeah, I called FaceTime my mom. Ideate was one of my ideas. So what I ended up ideating on was my book nook, which is like my miniature book nook. I did not knit or crochet. I did go out to eat or get takeout. I went out to eat. I did not play solitaire. I did not stretch. I did a Lego set. It was so much fun. It was the Lego succulents. It was so much fun. I did my artist date, which is something that you're supposed to do every single week for the artist way. An artist date is just taking yourself out and letting yourself do whatever you want. You can plan them, you can not plan them. But for mine, I went to the Dollar Tree and got some like craft supplies and some like other ideas that I wasn't going there for. I also on Friday really wanted to put in YouTube at work because on Friday afternoons, like I save really boring stuff or stuff that's just like, if it was really a priority, it like would have been done sooner. I wouldn't have left it until Friday because my energy is, like for energy management purposes, that's not the time when I want to be doing something important. So what I want to say here is if you're going to do this experiment, first of all, I do recommend it. Second of all, don't be so hard on yourself. Obviously I wasn't. And I still learned all the things that I just shared. I was really nervous about the reading part. I'm still kind of not really, okay, technically I read a couple pages of something, but it was just to get me to fall asleep. But that was kind of my experience. I'm curious if anyone has done anything like this lately. I guess my biggest takeaway was kind of uncovering the different habits and tendencies and like wants that I have around doing this stuff. So like I wanted to, you know, add stimulation when I'm doing things that aren't already stimulating my brain instead of just doing them or letting myself think. I like to just have it filled with a lost episode or have it filled with a podcast, which are genuinely like the 2 podcasts that I listen to, or just like YouTube. Like I'll just do it for the sake of the fact that it's a habit for me to go in my bathroom at night, turn on my YouTube video and like start taking off my makeup. It's a habit. I also think it helped me love these things more. These are things that I love. I love those things. Those are some of my top hobbies, which did allow me to do other hobbies, and it helps me really appreciate them. So like, I think it was Friday afternoon after work, I was like, I just really want to curl up and read with a book right now. Like I really want to do that. But instead I like packed some stuff and cleaned my closet a little bit, and then, you know, the urge had passed. So I hope you enjoyed this video, found it interesting. Be interested to know if you try this too, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.